Hello and welcome, my lovely Aries. Aries, your pip card in tarot is the Queen of Wands. That would be me as well. The message is that I'm saying that you need to move forward and ahead for what you want. It is the card of determination, the solutions card. All right, my lovely Aries, this is your weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of December 2nd through December 9th, 2019. Remember, time is merely a pretense. These could be past, present, or future energies and or lessons. This is a general Aries reading. Sun, moon, house, rising positions, cross watchers welcome. However, it will still not apply to all. But just remember, you are born under the sign of Aries because life happens for you, not to you. And so if you listen to these Aries messages from Spirit, they will apply to you in some way, just like a good Aesop fable. All right, my lovely Aries. So what do we have going on above us? Well, we still have that galactic center pulling on Mars, our ruling planet. Scorpio pulling on Mars, getting us to move. Then we have Jupiter crossing the galactic center, the universal gravitational pull. I keep saying universal when it's really smaller than that, believe it or not. It is the galaxy. It is the gravitational pull of our galaxy. And it is what is pulling us, forcing us into these energies, movements that we ourselves perhaps aren't ready for, but we got to be ready for because it's happening. And it's ready to move from these deep scorpionic places. Mars in Scorpio, our ruling planet is in Scorpio. We're also in Sagittarius season, the last fire sign of our solar year before our season returns and the solar year begins again. So, what do we need to know, Aries? Well, we've had a lot of hard truths come in, a lot of truths come in that we needed to clear up about a lot of things, a lot of untruths also being unmasked, our old selves being shed away. Now that these new truths have come in, and now Spirit is saying, now what? What are you going to do now? Well, they're lighting up the deepest parts of ourselves for 2020 to chase our true dreams and our true spiritual missions in life. There's a reason you have certain likes, dislikes, wants, what have yous, and that is because you belong somewhere in this world. You chose to come here for whatever reason. You have a mission here, and it's important you seek it now because it's going to be granted. A lot of us moved this year, and then we found that box full of that old hobby, that old habit, that old life we used to have, and it's about bringing together that life of our dreams into our physical reality. And that life of our dreams will align with our deepest missions. All right, let's get to it. Me being the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling with unconditional love and, of course, gratitude. So I thank you all now for your support, your views, your likes, your comments, your subscribes. Subscribe now if you haven't. I'm going to be catching up and getting back to my energy. I did take a little break over Thanksgiving, making my wishes over that the full moon in Sagittarius. The new moon in Sagittarius this past Tuesday. Spirit said slow down, so I'll be slowing down. But I was also not protecting my energy for the work that I was doing. So it's important to do that as well. I'm just going to ask Spirit what you need to know from the tarot. And I'm just going to pull some very direct love message. Who's coming in? See what I can get for you guys. All right, Aries. What does Spirit need you to know in this deep wish season? It's quite a jumper. Quite a statement card there, if not 2 or 3. No surprise there. 4 cards to start the reading. Okay, there's a bit of grounding we need, my Aries. This is our card in the major arcana. Standing in our power, our energy of not being underestimated. Never underestimating Aries. But this is sensing with our 3D. This is kingdom building. This is not paranormal, occult building, reading the cards. We've got all that stuff going for us already. We've established this self. But the important thing is to not let this get out of control and to remember to physically build. Kingdom building, empire building to boot. Building greater things as opposed to building castles in the sky. And why is this such an issue? Well, because we have the King of Swords in reverse. This is the Logic card. It could be an Aquarius in your energy. And this Aquarius makes you feel a little turned upside down because they make you feel like yourself. When you're kingdom building with this Aquarius, when you're kingdom building for yourself, it kind of flips this Aquarius upside down a little bit. When you are you, it flips this Aquarius upside down a little bit. And it's also the Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, this King of Swords in reverse is also about not making judgments, not stepping forward from your true and authentic place. You're kind of building those castles in the sky kind of thing when you should be building an empire on the ground. So this is not saying let go of this Aquarius, but this is notifying you spiritually that there's an Aquarian energy around you, a lack of decision making, a lack of moving forward, kind of a wishy-washy energy. Because you have come into your intuition, you have come into your true authentic self, but you're not using it very well to build your empire, because those cards are in reverse. It's like I have an empire of self, but I don't have an empire in the 3D world. It's like I didn't win the lottery. I didn't get the job. Maybe not even that. It's just, like I said, it has this very castle in the sky feel, like like your dreams are better than reality right now. And so maybe you do spend a little too much time in the shower, because when we're bored, Aries does take a shower to freshen things up and get things moving again, or your bed. But it's just like you're spending a little too much time in the fantasy. You're not really pulling into that authentic, more physical, more man-made. Swords, King of Swords is very man-made. So this in reverse tells me you're not really. It's like you found a way to get out of the game, but now you need to plug yourself back into the game in the parts that you need, like, you know, to get groceries and stuff. All right, I do have the One of Swords in reverse. You're not really inspired by much right now. You're not really thinking clearly either. And it's because this fantasy game you're playing, Aries, with your future, it's not bad. 'Tis the season to be dreaming the big dreams. But there's a sense that you may have gone too far. The Page of Pence. That's because it's slow. Aries, we might be having a little trouble moving forward because we are making a bit of a journey, but it's slow. It's steady. It's very reliable. Yeah, this is the card of reliability. It has expectations. We're moving on a path that's a little slow, a little uninspired, and in our free time, which seems like a lot because things are moving so slow, it seems like we've kind of spent a little too much time with our head up in the clouds. There's something about this that is lost its energy, that what you're working towards, your kingdom building has lost its energy. You're walking around like an emperor with an empire, and an emperor in the emperor's new clothes, you know. He's walking around thinking he's all that in a bag of chips, but he's just walking around naked. It has that energy. Ooh. You want to fire this up, but you're not really sure how. With the Hangman, there's a pause in the action. There's so much stalling in your life, Aries, right now, and I'm going to tell you, I feel it. It sucks. You're trying to get that inspiration. You're trying to get that fire in that journey. You know, double pages, moving forward. But it's like, oh, I'm going to rush in with those red flowers and that Page of Wands. And then it's, oh, I'm going to have to pull back to the smarts. It's like you're torn between yourself. And it's just kind of driving you bananas. And you're really trying to settle it in your heart and spirit with this Hangman. You're taking that step back again. It's like, I bought a new camera because, you know, it's Black Friday, so I bought a new camera, and you know, then I had to buy an SD card, and then I had to buy a HDMI cable, and then now it doesn't fit in my it doesn't connect to my tablet or even upload to my cell phone, which I was trying to become less cell phone dependent. what have I really done? I'm taking back all that shit tomorrow, and I'm recording on my phone right now. So it's kind of that energy of, I found exactly what I need, you know, to do this, and I have a little money to do it with. And then you start getting at it and you're like, you know what? It takes the passion and the drive out of everything. So it's like back to the drawing board, back to the hangman energy. Let's see the hangman. What is the hangman about? Let's see what spirit is really getting us to ponder, because I feel like I've been hanging around a lot, and everything I do, spirit is like, here's 5 extra steps that you forgot to do or didn't consider, or here's 5 extra steps that need to be done first. It's not a bad thing. It's just a very slowing thing. That's because you're manifesting wishes. Oh, the reason it's so hard to move forward is because you're inching forward. You are moving forward. You do have goals in mind with this Knight of Wands. You are on a journey of passion. You have that fire under your ass to manifest, and you are manifesting. Beware of your words. Beware of your energies, because you are making the life of your dreams. But don't get impatient. Don't, you know, go on a shopping spree at Target when, if you really hold on and wait, you'll be going on a shopping spree in Macy's in 4 months. It has that kind of energy. And when I say those things, don't think they can't come true. It's that energy of, you need to give it the time. When you return to your season, this is Sagittarius season. So this is that Sagittarius season of slow, cold, aiming, getting ready to let that arrow fly. Because once it goes, it's that perfect aim. Once it goes, it's going to hit its mark. So you got to make sure you get that mark exactly where you want it. It's like that, you've been given that magic arrow, but just like that magic bow and arrow, to do that with this Magician card, this manifestation card, everything's possible. Whatever mark you want, you can get, which is no surprise to an Aries, except it does have this skittish energy, this energy of running to the comfortable, running away from the uncomfortable or the difficult, or, you know, you have to sit on your hands for a little bit longer, loves, with the Page of Pence. But it's going to be a more solid victory. It's not going to be a wishy-washy victory. It's not going to be participation trophy victory. Not that an Aries would accept that. But it's more solid of a reality that Aries is working on. And that's why it feels like, you know, we've been chugging up the hill. What's a little train that could? We still got to keep going. There's, it's just slow. It's just slow. And we have all our visions done. We have all our paranormal, occult, and dreamy things done. We have made the wishes from our authentic self. This is a wish card. The Aquarius card isn't usually the star card. So it implies going above logic, going through our hearts. We've plotted it all out in our imaginations. It's just so fucking slow right now. And got to ride on to pick up the pace. Make sure you're going in the right direction. Make sure you have your arrow pointed exactly where you want it to go, because it's going to hit wherever you send it right now with these 2 cards. Pull on that energy. It's aligned to that energy. Make sure that you can't just sit around and wait for it to happen too. Sagittarius are notorious workers, and put in the work, a workhorse of work. Advice from Spirit is the 10 of Wands. Hardship. We are in hardship. I can't even deny it. I'm struggling. I'm in a little room. It's loud. It's not private. I don't have my own bathroom. You know, it's a lot of, I can't do what I want right now. But this hardship is becoming transformative. Scorpio is in Mars, and Aries strong in Aries ruler right now. So Aries is going through a major change. If you don't feel it, then you need to sit down and meditate, because it is like banging on the door and banging on every chakra we have. This is a transformation card. A piece of us is dying away, and a lot of it feels like that part where we'll chase any fire. Well, no, now it's like, we're going to chase the best fires, the biggest fires, the fires we want. And that's where our hardship comes in. Just getting mixed up in all these crazy things. It's a cleaning up of that energy of just wandering about, adventures for adventure's sake. But this is actually transforming into something. This is so solid, solidifying. It feels like everything is more important under this energy. It's why it involves the Page of Pence, not just the Page of Wands. Okay. Once you go through this change, you're going to get your energy back in the Ace of Wands, the One of Wands. It is all about birthing something new. It's the energy to create. You have to go through this change to be able to create something new. You have to be different to create something new. One of the reasons I prefer to only use one tarot deck during your reading is because when you pull the energies, you want something new to come out. You want different information to come out. You want it to twist a little bit so that you can find that new perspective from the Hangman. You know, I can pull clarifying cards and, you know, maybe get an Ace of Wands to clarify an Ace of Wands. No, we want that new start. And we don't want 50 of them, because that spirit is warning Aries against 50 new starts right now. They're saying pick that one start. Your energy is going to come back. Your inspiration is going to come back when you finish this transition, the Scorpio and Mars transition. I'm not really sure when that changes. Scorpio position changes, but that's where you're going to have your strength, your ability to be compassionate. This is a very... this is a great change of directing, learning how to direct your energy. Like I said, it's not about willy-nilly just firing it off. This is definitely directed energy. You've planned it out. You have a way of having your kingdom. You're ready to wear those robes, and you're ready to do the work to have them made for you, kind of thing. It's, let me show you this card. See the lion. It's the compassion lion with the thorn in his paw. It is, you will find your strength. This is leaning leadership energy as well. And it's all about being able to defend yourself, but still having that precious heart of yours. But it's also picking and choosing. It's also picking and choosing important things, and not just picking and choosing whatever comes at you. And that will get you, you know, how many Aries have like a billion projects behind us? Well, that's okay. Now we know what doesn't work. And we know some of the things that work a little bit. But this is about that whole thing that really coalesces all the energy together, like very cauldron pot energy, and we're all becoming something a little more solidified. It's really chasing down the important parts and not just any parts, kind of thing. The more critical goal, the more critical adventure, the adventure that counts, the adventure we need to take our time with, the adventure we need to focus on the details, and the completion. Because as an Aries, I know we don't finish a lot of things, but like I said, no big loss. So we do other things. So we know it doesn't work right now, but this is about the important thing, the very important thing. And you haven't gone through some of these emotional paces, definitely consider thinking about what really matters. Okay, what does Aries have coming in love? A part balancing, walking away, walking towards something. Eights are balancing cards, but they take a movement to balance. And this movement is in love. It is in our heart space. It is clearing out what you don't need. It's clearing out the poisonous cups. It's emptying the cups, but just, it's not taking every cup. It's not taking every cup that comes your way. I laughed, but so hard. But when it was the Beaver full moon a month ago, it was, you know, setting your final beaver traps. You don't have to keep all the beavers you catch. Okay, I do have the Ace of Wands and Four of Wands here. You don't have the energy and the inspiration for a marriage right now. You're just got, this is not a reason to celebrate. You're bouncing your heart away from a marriage. It hurts you. I know, because I went through it. It hurt me. A lot of Aries had to leave marriages where they do everything. It hurt. Ten of Swords. Yes, we know. It hurt. It's a painful thing we need to end. It's a painful thing we need to get out of. We need to walk away from. I talk about Eight of Cups, about having poison cups. This is a poison cup moment, Aries. This is a... It hurt. And we're done with the pain. We now know where to move towards that bigger light, that glow. What do we have coming in for love if Aries clears this pain and this space? Okay, we have a very quiet air sign in our midst. I think this is our energy here, Aries, of not moving forward. We're just kind of sitting back a little bit, but there is a very enthusiastic air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in our energy. Boy, they're on display. This is like somebody who doesn't mind hanging their dangling all over and pushing it at you. They're just very inspired by you, very swordsy. They're enthusiastic about this. You're kind of going with the flow, my loves, because it's kind of interesting because it's not that you're bored. It's just that, yeah, maybe you are bored. It's not what you want. And you're having a little trouble asking for what you want. And it's kind of boring. It's kind of, it's not boring. It's just not very active. It's just not a lot going on. And part of it's because you don't want to be the one to make the first move, Aries. You just want to be, you don't want to say it. You just don't want to say it. There are things you just don't want to say, Aries. And there are things you shouldn't have to say. But this is the energy of, I don't want to say it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know what it is. But it's staying. There's a staying energy here of, and this Four of Hearts is a very staying energy. I'm just going to stabilize here. It's not so bad here, even though there are things about it you don't like, or there are things about it you don't want. You're just like, it's pretty good. It seems to get better. It could be going, there's a lot of things going fast and slow in your energy. Spirit is saying that, boy, Aries, we are experiencing time at new levels, is what Spirit is saying. And it is there's a win here. But it feels more like you need to hold your position to get what you want. I know you don't want to hear that. I don't like to hear it, but there is a win here, but it involves you holding. There are things you want. Okay, Aries have standards in love, cross watchers, and these standards are very specific, and moreover, they're things they can't live without, and they know they can't live without because they've probably lived without it before, and it sucked like shit. They've overcome these issues before, this heartbreak before, and they're not letting go of those standards. And if you're not letting go of your standards, but you're not having the conversations, aren't you just... There's a lack of things. All right. And there is a painful bond with a water sign. A burden that is a water sign. Something else to get rid of, Aries, in love. How about some good news for Aries in love? Your dream will come true. Your dream lovers out there. Like if you were going to put in an order, you're going to put in an order for your dream lover, you should do that now. Because you're manifesting with the Magician card and the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. The wishes and dreams you make in this season with the Jupiter crossing our galactic center of our gravitational force of our galaxy, I mean, they're going to come true. So now would be time to put in that order. 6-4 or up. That's what I'm hoping for as an Aries. Even a 5-4 Aries. All right, my loves. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip, or donate if the spirit moves you. I've missed you. I'll explain my absence in a little bit. Probably tomorrow's energy update. And hang in there, my lovely Aries, and have a great week, sweeties.